Hello there, Lord Sulu here, and I'm going to bring you a battle, a multiplayer battle, against Wolf Shaman 7, fielding a Follow the Samurai army against my Shogun 2 army. See you guys on the battle map, and enjoy.
Alright.
Battle-wise, my opponent, his army, consists of quite a bit of crap units, honestly. A majority of them are White Tiger Force. 5 of the 6 line are. One only is a veteran with, looks like, a little bit of reload. The last unit, White Bear, focusing on reload and a little bit of accuracy. 3 Bokachi, reload skill and accuracy update or upgrades, then some charge bonus and morale Yariki. Never understood why morale, because, I mean, these guys are mainly just used, they're not going to last in a good fight. If you bring them out and leave them, they're fine. And his general, which is a big shooter. Follow the Samurai, what do you expect? And in here there are some parrot guns hidden, but I didn't know that. It took me about half the battle to realize it. My army, I've got 3 Bo Ashigaru, 2 of which are vetted up with pure reload. I've got 4 Yari Ashigaru as my bullet shield. I've got a Nodachi, not vetted. I've got 2 Katana Samurai, well, both not in vet. And I've got 5 light cav, one of which refuses to stay hidden or refuses to hide through most of it. My general Suluru, who is a leadership general, and some Nagi tenants, as well as 2 Nagi samurai, which are one up in melee and one up in defense. And there's some of the parrot guns that I still could not figure out. I actually didn't see these yet. I think I was busy actually looking at their units. Alright, so let's fast forward. I don't really do much here. Try hiding my light cav around. While I don't know why. One, his general's just chilling back here by his parrot guns, which makes sense, but he doesn't touch his Yariki. Oh, by the way, I swear a lot. One thing that really confuses me is he leaves his units in this general formation for a lot of the match. And he started out right near the farmhouse instead of the archery dojo or the morale shrine, which I don't know why. I didn't expect him to be over here. Stamina and movement is good for me being a Shogun 2 army, but I could not let him have the archery dojo, and I wanted the morale shrine so my bullet shields could last a little bit longer. So what I'm doing here, I've got my light cav hidden still. Well, yeah, now this one's hidden. This back one never likes to hide. I am moving my guys. He's targeting my bodyguard, so right now I'm just running him around, trying to keep him. Actually, right now I'm hiding him behind the morale shrine and realizing that's not going to work. So I just figure, well, I'll run him around. I don't figure that out for a little bit, though. I'm setting my guys up. I've got my bows up front with a nice Ashigaru bullet shield for my Nodachi and my samurais. My Nodachi, my Katana, my Naginata samurais, and my attendants. These guys, I just kind of hid them in the back in case his Yariki came around. I'm moving my light cav around. They're eventually going to end up over here, pinning down several of his White Tiger Force or 2, as well as his Yariki. Capturing the morale shrine, and next I'm going to be going for the archery dojo, because I need that. If he gets that, if he actually took that, he could have caused so much more damage than I could, he would have caused so much more damage to me. Right now, I'm moving everyone up, not hiding them, but putting them over here, so they're a little bit more protected in case his parrot guns decide to attack my main body, the army, instead of my general, which is running every which way. And, that's really all I can tell you right now. His guys are just staying in this general formation. Now they're starting to move. They'll eventually spread out once he sees that I'm going for the archery dojo. But they don't really do much. I'm just fast forwarding it because nothing really happens. Just moving my general around, moving my units to where they're a little bit better, trying to cap the archery dojo. Finally realizing, I realized this, a little bit back that he actually had some artillery, hidden all the way back here, which I had finally seen. So he brought his Bokachi up, so I finally decided to, or I decided to bring up my bow Ashigaru, try to get in a little bit of a dueling match, almost a dueling match. Just duking it out arrow-wise. He's doing a ton of damage to my Naginata tenants, but that's kind of what they're there for, just cannon fodder. For 220 Koku, they're fairly good cannon fodder, but for the main brunt of the attack, I use Yari Ashigaru because they're not that much more. They're not that much more expensive. With a morale shrine, they almost have better morale, and they have a ton of more people, and they're actually better used to against Cav than Naginata guys are. So basically just duking it out. I try to bring these guys back because I had captured the I had captured the archery dojo. My thought was I'll make them come to me, but I also realized that they can easily take the archery dojo and I'd be screwed. So soon enough, I will be moving my guys back around. And at this time, I don't need to worry about my general because the parrot guns are attacking, at least they were attacking the main brunt of my force. This is where I make my decision to attack. I send my Yari Ashigaru up as cannon fodder first. I'm bringing my Nodachi hidden up behind this so they can make a more or less straight middle charge, because that's where I want them in the middle, wreaking havoc. My Katana Samurai are respectively attacking a side, and then my Naginatas are going to be attacking the ends. So, and then I'm moving my Bow Ashigaru up to just lay some suppressing fire. My Cav, they haven't really done much. I moved him over here to keep him guessing. His White Tiger Force are kind of pinned down, as well as his Cav. So they're getting off a lot of good volleys on me. I didn't realize they actually he moved his matchlock or his rifles up yet, but everything is still being accomplished the same. I love watching my peasants die. It's sad, but I love watching it, especially in multiplayer battles. So they ran him back. I got not a couple kills off of it. They just kind of started routing right before they hit, but that's what they're there for. But I mean, they're keeping them busy long enough for my Katana Samurai to run up and do something. Oh, and these guys are in a melee. I did not see this. These guys are running forward to meet me. These guys are attacking, which are hitting the backs of their men. I've somehow... Well, yeah, my Nodachi are coming up and taking them out. Katana Samurai are going. Nagi Samurai are doing fairly well as well. This is where I'm starting to do something with my Cav. I bring these guys out. I'm locking down a Spear Levy that just popped out of the woods, as well as White Tiger and his Yariki. I'm bringing over 2 more of my Light Cav. Going to be bringing them around as try to do a flanking maneuver, which it works fairly well in the end. So I had a little bit of, my units were a bit derpy. I don't know what happened, but the attack orders aren't very good in this. But it's Shogun 2. You can't really expect much else. My Yari Ashigaru also came back from routing. They're going to be playing not much more of a role in here, but they're just more cannon fodder. That's all I ever use them for, aside from any good attack against Cav. So this flank has collapsed, which it's White Tiger Force. I'm not expecting much. So my Nagi and my Nagi Samurai and my Katana Samurai are going to be running over, trying to join the main battle over here. Nodachis are going to be running down his Bokachi, which are only shaken. His White Tiger Force I'm not worried about. With full morale and they're broken, I'm not expecting them to come back. My Katana Samurai are chasing these Kachi down, and my Nagi Samurai are going to be duking it out with these guys. Only thing they've got going for them, 1 is high ground, and 2, my guys are tired. And they're doing a little shuffle up the hill, which leaves them open to, well, theoretically would leave them open to fire, but they didn't happen. My Nodachis are, my Katanas are wonderfully taking the fight to more Bokachi, as my Nodachi are slowly charging down those guys. My Light Cav are making their way around the flank, sweeping up into the lefts, facing this way, and these guys haven't still moved. I've used them later. I've tried hiding them, and naturally this guy in the back would not stay hidden for the life of me. Right now, I'm trying, with my bow Ashigaru, I'm just trying to move them around, give these guys something to shoot at, and try to knock out some kills. Takes me a little bit to realize that only one of them are in range of it, so I just click the attack. Somehow, these guys beat down my Nagi samurai, which, whatever. And I've got some katana samurai running into the rescue. These guys are almost down. My general, getting some kind of kills. My Nodachi has made clean work up here. I forgot about my light calf, but they're making their way up now. Everyone's making their way towards the main area, which is where their parrot guns are at. My light cav are coming across. His white tiger force and his spear levy started moving, so I figured that's the best time to make my attack. I've got one heading for white tiger force and his white bear infantry, and then I've got my third gonna be making a beeline for his parrot guns, which I realize that's not gonna be able to go through, so I'll bring them around. And these are light calves, so I'm not gonna bother pulling them away from any spear levy. I don't care about them. They're 400 koku. They're basically just there to wreak havoc. And once these guys are mopped up, I'm moving them over as a quick flank charge. Now my light cav, they're coming over. They're gonna do some pretty good damage to the parrot guns, but they're not gonna do a lot. My Nagi tenants, they joined the battle. They're not doing too well against his Yariki and his bodyguard, but the main body of my army is closing. Well, trying to attack my bow Ashigaru, that's just a last-ditch effort to do something. He could have easily used him better attacking my light cav, or even, well, my general's dead at this point, so it doesn't really matter. That just goes to show you how much the morale shrine actually helps. But my light cav are gone. His general is still chilling around here. He's got a ton of spear levy and white tiger force. He just rushes them into a melee, and against all my troops, I mean, he knows he's gone, so just a last ditch effort to attack. My light cav come to mop up the rest of the white tiger force. His Yariki get demolished by my Nagi samurai, as well as a mixture of that, and my light cav and his general is short work after that. Overall, my strategies for beating Fall of the Samurai armies are just attacking, brunt force attack with quite a few units of bullet fodder, mainly Yari Ashigaru. I mean, what else are they for? But costly victory, but I mean, it's, whatever. Men have to be lost in war, and most of them are peasants, so they're not going to be missed, not by society. I mean, they're fighting, not farming, so they're not really going to be doing much for the society anyway, right? But there's a lot of strategies. A lot of it involves flanking around, keeping mobility, fighting any Shogun, fighting as a Shogun 2 against any Fall of the Samurai army. I always try fielding I try fielding a formidable cavalry force, whether I bring some Yari cav along, or if it's even just some light cav, they still do a good job. They're cheap. That means I can bring a lot more. I can bring a better melee, or I can bring a better ranged contingent, as well as still having a good mobility. The only things that would be bad is them having the same amount of units but better cav. Alright, unit-wise, unsurprisingly, my main melee force got a lot of kills. Katana guys got the most. Nodachi is second there. Now I'll actually show you something that I found humorous. Under the lost, my top ones I lost were my Yari Ashigaru, which is what I used them for. Katana Samurai, these ones were in the middle of the melee. And then just goes down. Not much else to see. His guys, surprisingly enough, unsurprisingly enough, his white bears got the biggest kills, followed by his Yariki. Parrot guns, they didn't do terrible, but they basically kept him in that general area, so you can't do much else. Not much else to see on that, but that's the easiest way to me, that's how I beat Fall of the Samurai armies. It doesn't work all the time. Some of the times they have elite units and they just keep reloading and firing. It's just gotta find the strategies that work for you. Alright, I've gotta go. See you guys later.